Have you ever wondered how to change a breaker in your electrical panel? This is your lucky day. Listen up. Most electrical panels look something like this. You've got about 6 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that hold on the cover plate. Before you take off the cover plate, you need to turn off the power. Some electrical boxes have a master disconnect right here, and you can turn off all the power to this panel right there. Guess what? Not pictured here. So in this particular case, we have to go outside to where the power meter is to turn off the power to the entire house. Happens a lot in Florida. Stand by. These screws come out really easily most of the time. Woo! Sometimes they jump out like that one. There we go. It's helpful when your camera person is also a qualified EMT that knows CPR. Once you get all the screws off, you have to hold on to it because it'll fall on the floor. But if it doesn't fall on the floor when you're removing the last screw, just take it and softly put it down. Did I recommend turning the power off to the whole house before opening this panel? I did. It's good if you do that. I did not. And take a look. This is how your electrical panel looks. You can see here, not every panel has little green LED indicators. This one's for lightning protection, but most don't have an LED, and you have no idea whether the power's on or not. But most of them have a big switch right down here that you can turn off all the power to these breakers. This one doesn't have that switch, so we're going to run outside and turn the power off to the house. Here we are inside of this house. There's 3 meters and 2 townhomes. The other meter must be for like the community sprinklers or something. Through scientific research and process of elimination, we've determined the center meter is the one that services this home. There's the center meter, and here's the switch, and boom. In theory, that just turned off all the power to the home. Let's go check. At this point, we're pretty sure that the power's off to the whole house. All the lights are off, and the 2 pretty green lights are off here. That's a good sign, but that's not all. There's one more test. This tester tells you whether there's any power in the circuits. Just another way to be extra safe, and it sure looks like there's no power on any of these. Hello? Okay. There's no power.
There's no power.
There we go. Now we're ready for step 2. Remove the 2 wires and take out the current breaker. That's this wire, right? And so what we've done is we've taken 2 wires out of this 35 amp breaker that's oversized, and we're going to replace it with a 30 amp. Here's the 2 wires. Just put them out of the way. And now the moment of truth. In theory, if you go like this, look at that. It just comes right out. We'll see. Where's the other one? Right here, right? That's the good one. This is the replacement that's one size smaller in terms of the current it transfers. It allows 30 amps through before opening the circuit. We replaced this 35 amp, which the inspector did not like, with this 30 amp. Keep your fingers crossed. This is going way too smooth. So in theory, all we do is take this here and put it in. Let's just see here. Okay, in theory, we put it in right like that. I'm having trouble with the flashlight holder. And look at that, it's snapped in just fine. It's in the off position, which is always extra safe, and now we're just gonna take these 2 wires and put them back where we found them, in those 2 holes. Wire number 1, hole number 1. There we go. Wire number 2. Pretty cool, huh? So now we have the new breaker with the 2 wires secured at the proper torque, and we're ready to restore power in just a minute. Stand by for the moment. So now we're ready to try to put the panel back up. What I like to do is just put 2 top screws in. Oh, great. And you just use your one hand to hold the panel in the right place. And once you put the top 2 screws in, you're pretty good. We're going to make sure that the door opens and everything's good. So now we've got the 2 top screws in. We open it up. Everything lines up very nicely. We're ready to go restore the power. We're going to restore the power before we put the rest of the screws in. Just make sure we didn't forget anything. Here we are at the power meter. We think we're done with our project. We're going to restore power to the home. Go back inside, do a safety check. Check this out. We've got this. Go. Power on. Crossing your fingers at this point is never a bad idea. We're going back in the house. Please tell me the power's on.
Yeah.
Yay. Let's see. So here we are back at the panel. We restored power, and the first thing you do is look for smoke. Good news, no smoke. And now my trusty assistants, no smoke. Good. It looks just great.
Yeah.
It's always a good idea to not have any spare parts, and I happen to see 4 extra screws over here, so let's take care of those. After you do this enough, you get expert at screwing.
Yeah, I bet you do.
There you go. This is looking great. That completes your tour of how to replace a breaker in your electronic panel. Hope this helps. Remember, do not try this at home. Hire a professional electrician.